Hey guys, I'm Andrew with Diving Sports, and today I'm going to be going over the Salvimar Metal Speargun. Now this is a super solid choice for anybody looking for that more intermediate level speargun. It's one of the best value for money choices we've got in the shop, and it also comes with a reel. Now my very first speargun was the Salvimar V Pro. Now the only difference between that and this gun is this guy has a stainless steel reverse trigger mechanism, whereas the V Pro has a plastic mechanism. And I had that guy in a length of 95 centimeters, so it's a little bit longer than what most people are using here. This is a 75, which is more common, but overall it was a really awesome gun and it was really easy for me to learn with, really great maneuverability. But just to go over some of the features of this guy, we're just gonna start off with the barrel. Now we do have an aluminum barrel and we've got a track on there as well. Now the cool thing that Salvimar does with these guns is that at the front part of the track, you do have these cutouts. Now it's meant to kind of reduce the friction through the water and allow you to swing the gun from side to side a little bit easier. Now I haven't used one of these and then a second gun with the exact same length without those cutouts, so I can't speak to whether or not they actually work, but with my 95 it was really easy for me to swing the gun from side to side and take really quick shots. And you guys can see in this clip, I'm trying to shoot this fish with my 95 V Pro. Now it's moving pretty quickly, but it's pretty easy for me to move my gun back, reposition, and take a decently quick shot. Now don't judge me for shooting down at this fish, I was still pretty new to spearfishing when I took this clip. Now besides those cutouts, that track is just going to add a little bit more accuracy to your shots, as it's going to guide the shaft out of the gun as you fire it. And this guy comes with a 6.5mm shaft, and we've got those really nice Salvimar shark fin tabs. Now I really like these guys because you've got holes running through every single tab, so you can really choose where you run your mono. And then going to the front, we do have a single flopper on there and a pencil tip too. And we do have an open muzzle, and we've got that line guide on the left side of the gun. This guy comes standard with two 14mm bands. And then moving to the back, we do have that stainless steel reverse trigger mechanism in there. And that guy does have a really small roller on the inside of the mechanism, so it gives you a really smooth pull. Now I really like these safeties because they're super easy to engage and disengage. You don't really have to mess around too much if you ever forget to turn it off before you take your shot. Just a simple push with your finger and you're ready to go. And the loading butt on this gun does have this ergonomic shape where it kind of curves downwards. It's going to allow you to really lock your hand and wrist in place, so it's super nice. You can also remove that if you like, if you don't want to have the loading butt on there. And this guy does come with a reel as well that you can mount on the bottom. It doesn't come with any line, but it's pretty easy to pick some of that up and just add it on there yourself. Now overall, this gun is really great value for money, especially when you compare it to some of the other guns around the same price point. Just because it comes stock with two bands, you've got a muzzle budgie and mono as well, and the shaft is super solid. Whereas with some of the other guns around that price point, maybe you've only got one band, it doesn't come with any muzzle bungee or mono, or the shaft's not that great and you maybe want to replace it. And the fact that this guy also comes with a reel, you've got that customization and those options there. And I really have no complaints or downsides to this gun without getting super nitpicky. And like I said, my very first gun was almost the exact same thing as this, other than the trigger mechanism, and that one was really easy for me to learn with, and I had a ton of fun using it. And the reason why I would consider this more of an intermediate gun and not a beginner gun is because you've got that open muzzle, a track, and you've got a stainless steel reverse trigger mechanism in there. With more beginner guns, you tend to find more plastic components in there, maybe some closed muzzles, things like that, and oftentimes they don't have tracks. Now, even though I would consider this a more intermediate gun, I think it would work for even beginners or more advanced divers. The only thing I would recommend you not to use if you're a brand new beginner is the reel. Depending on where you are, you may not need it at all, but it does just add a little bit more complexity to using the gun, and it can be a little bit more dangerous to use if you don't really know what you're doing. But if you guys want to take a look at this gun, feel free to come down to the shop or take a look on our website, and I'll put the link for it down in the description for you. And as always guys, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.